Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Frank Andrews, Marissa Burke, meteorologist Brian Orzel's backyard forecast, and Jay Christopher Sports. This is Newswatch 16, midday.
Good afternoon, everyone. 3 straight days of rain proved to be just too much for at least 3 counties in our area. Heavy rain pushed several creeks over their banks. Dozens of families were evacuated overnight. 2 school districts had to cancel class because of high water, and floodwaters have claimed 1 life. Skycam 16 flew over some of the hardest hit areas this morning, and some of the hardest hit areas were in Palmerton and Carbon County, where the Aquashicola Creek flooded dozens of homes. Now here's the scene from Skycam 16, which flew over just a couple hours ago. In Lehigh County, dozens of families in Whitehall Estates along Jordan Creek were forced from their homes because of high water. And police say a 14-year-old boy apparently drowned in the floodwaters overnight. His body was found this morning along Route 145 in the east side of Whitehall. His name hasn't yet been released. And in Northampton County, more of the same thing. Once again, Skycam 16 was in the air over parts of Bethlehem, where the rain flooded streets, basements, and made quite a mess along the creeks and in low-lying areas. Now, one of the worst areas hit was in Carbon County. Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini has been out since early this morning in the flooded areas. He's just back from Carbon County with the latest.
With Aquashicola Creek running through their front yards, some people took the flood as if it were a party. But in the hardest hit sections of Palmerton, there was no one partying. There was no one at all. Emergency crews evacuated a 6-square block area of the Carbon County borough. Power and gas were shut off while the north end of town became the creek bed. Residents who were suddenly homeless and with no place to go were given shelter at the West End Firehouse. For those who could sleep, the Red Cross provided a bed and blanket. For those who couldn't, coffee and donuts helped ease the relocation.
He said about going upstairs, but they said we had to get out because they were going to shut the power and all off.
And the gas was off.
Yeah.
The gas was off. I see. How did they get you out of your house?
By a raft.
People here could only wonder what the creek was doing to their homes.
By mid-morning, the creek had receded enough that the business of cleaning up this Palmerton neighborhood was beginning.
Hoses worked. People who've lived here many years had been through this before. Most homeowners only had to worry about badly flooded basements. Julie Merkel wasn't so lucky. Her first floor was hit hard.
The bedroom furniture is marked. Oh, what would you say that it was to here? We won't have electricity. I don't think I'll be able to start today. So, I don't know. Where do you start?
Merkel and her husband had just made the last payment on the house. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Palmerton.
Is there any more rain on the way, and how much rain have we received so far this month? Meteorologist Brian Orzel's in the backyard now to give us some answers. Brian?
I'll tell you what, Marissa, there is no more heavy rain on the way. First things first, all of the flood warnings on the Lehigh River have been discontinued. The river forecasted about a foot above flood stage, all the way from Walnutport down to Bethlehem and Allentown. That's where the worst flooding was. We had a tropical depression, the remnants of a tropical depression, moved up the east coast and brought strong easterly winds off the ocean and just pumped gobs and gobs of moisture our way. Checking in with how much rain we've seen since Sunday, 4 inches or more have fallen all the way from Scranton down into the Allentown area in Carbon County. Those areas were the hardest hit flood areas. But look to the west, out toward Williamsport, Towanda, and State College, under an inch. In fact, only about a quarter of an inch fell up at Towanda. But the rains are over. I don't expect much in the way of rain the next couple of days. And Marissa, I'll be back later in the newscast with a complete Weather Watch forecast.
Thanks a lot, Brian. You've been busy. Coming up, a first grader with the AIDS virus starts school, and some parents of other students take the situation into their own hands. And so are teachers in the nation's 3rd largest school district, keeping 430,000 students out of Chicago classrooms.
Sunny days, catch some rays in there. There's a lot of ways to catch some rays, but none like rays in there.
Sun-ripened raisins covered with Nestle milk chocolate. They're like chocolate-covered sunshine. Wholesome and then some.
So catch some rays in there.
And now, catch some Raisinets in the new snack pack. Catch it in the granola bar section at your grocer's.
All right. Where are they?
Who?
The two chicks who ordered the Diet Cokes.
Oh, the ones with the funny swimsuits?
You know, Arthur, I think they like us.
Oh, really? Why?
Why? This is the third Diet Coke they've ordered today. Oops, there they are. Straighten your bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hello.
Diet Coke with 100% NutraSweet. 1 calorie, just for the taste of it.
Boy, they sure look good in kale.
Yeah, of course, so do we.
Cute.
Yeah.
Hart says he's definitely out of the race for president. Hart, who was once a Democratic presidential hopeful, told ABC's Ted Koppel on Nightline last night that he has no intentions of throwing his hat back into the ring.
I'm not a candidate for president, and I'm not making any plans to become one. I also want to say that I don't float trial balloons. It's not my style, and if I've got anything to say about running for office, I'll be the one to say it.
And Koppel asked the question lots of people have been wanting to ask. Did he have an affair with Donna Rice? Hart didn't answer specifically.
No one's perfect, and I wasn't running for sainthood. I will not refer to other presidents and other national leaders, even though I think we all know that we have had national leaders who were not saints and who had complicated personal lives, to say the least. But I wanted to be president, and as I said, I just let my guard down.
Hart says he's sorry about his mistakes that led to dropping his candidacy for president. Our Weather Watch forecast is next, and it certainly has been a busy couple of days for people in the weather office, Brian.
I'll tell you, it's about time we're seeing some sun outside. The first time since Saturday. I'll tell you, something may happen today that we haven't seen since August 21st. I'll tell you what that is when I return in the backyard.
I have this amazing thirst. So what do you want? Something amazing to drink? Yeah, soft drink with incredible taste. Real juices. But with vitamins, too. You're dreaming. They don't make soft drinks like that. I wish they did.
Amazing. Now they do. At last, a soft drink with real Minute Maid juices.
It's amazing.
If you weren't born with body in your hair, nobody has to know.
If you weren't born with body, it doesn't have to show. If you don't know how to get it, well, now you know. Some people have no body, some people use Prel. If you weren't born with body, nobody can tell.
Prel shampoo and conditioner for the body you should have been born with.
The Census Bureau says today Monroe and Pike counties grew faster than any other Pennsylvania area from 1980 to 1986. Monroe attracted 13,300 new residents, a gain of more than 19%, and Pike's population swelled by 4,100 or more than 22%. Overall, Pennsylvania's population rose in the past 6 years by 0.2% to 11.8 million. The census people say more people are in Monroe and Pike counties because it's home to New York commuters, and they're both popular spots for second homes among Philly and New York residents. Well, it's time now to get the latest on this crazy forecast. Brian?
Well, it's not too crazy now. I think we will see some sunshine the next couple of days. Speaking of growing, Maurice, I think the grass has grown out here about 2 inches in the last couple of days. We picked up more than a month's worth of rainfall the past 2 days. We have filled our quota for the entire month of September. We have some in and out sunshine here in the backyard. Let's check in with the weather watchers. My weather watcher, Pat Smith in Mill Hall, says the sun is also in and out at her place, 74 degrees. Walter Hook in Honesdale reports in with 78 degrees and a broken sky with some sunshine. He had 4¼ inches of rain the past 2 days. And up in Dalton, Harold Faulkner says 71 and cloudy right now. In the backyard, the temperature is 73 degrees. It's still very moist outside, kind of close, 81% relative humidity. Winds are northwest at 6, and the barometer is rising just a little bit. And we are getting, let's check Skywatch 16 Doppler radar first. There is no rain falling over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. We are getting into the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, and let's take a look out of over the eastern Atlantic Ocean. We have another tropical storm, number 3 of the season. It's called Cindy. First of all, there's that swirl of clouds off the northeast coast that brought us all the rain moving off to the north out of our weather picture. There's tropical storm Cindy, but it is moving away to the northeast. It has maximum winds of 40 miles per hour, and it will weaken as it hits the westerlies and then goes up into the cold waters of the North Atlantic, so it won't be very much of a storm. We're still waiting for our first hurricane of the season. Here's the northeast satellite picture. A lot of lingering low clouds over eastern Pennsylvania, a sliver of clear skies over central and southern Pennsylvania. I think we will have a partly sunny afternoon, just a slight chance of a shower later on this afternoon. There's another cool front crossing Pennsylvania. The air is a little bit drier behind it. As this front moves through, there is the slight chance of an isolated shower in some spots. And that thing that may happen today that hasn't in the past 3 weeks, we may hit 80 this afternoon. Quite unusual to go that long without hitting an 80-degree reading this time of year. The jet stream by Saturday, there'll be a cool pool of air over the Great Lakes. That'll cause southwesterly winds over our area, so it's going to stay warm and moist into the weekend. And I think there is the chance of a shower, especially on Saturday, but we will see some sunshine. For this afternoon, periodic peaks of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 70s, maybe near 80. Down there in Orfield, it'll be quite humid, and there is a slight chance of a widely scattered late-day shower with west winds at about 10 miles per hour. Here's the complete Weather Watch forecast. A partly sunny afternoon, 79 degrees for the high, maybe 80 here in the backyard. Slight chance of a shower this evening, then just partly cloudy with some patchy fog tonight, low 64 degrees. Partly sunny tomorrow once again. The atmosphere will be a bit unstable, just a slight chance of a late-day shower, high 76. Some sunshine, maybe a shower Friday. And then to start the weekend, maybe a shower on Saturday, Marissa. It's going to stay on the moist side the next few days.
Just what we wanted to hear.
But no heavy rains.
That's good. Good news. Thanks a lot, Brian. Jay Christopher is up next with the Sports Watch. Joe Paterno says Penn State's early date with Alabama will not prove to be a disadvantage. We'll see what changes are in store for the Lions schedule when we come back.
Penn Furniture presents an Oriental rug exhibit and sale. Bill and Leslie O'Connell have been all over the Far East, including the foot of the Himalayas, gathering authentic Oriental rugs. For 3 days, Friday through Sunday, the O'Connells will be at Penn Furniture to exhibit over 500 beautiful handmade rugs, in addition to Penn Furniture's already large inventory. Penn Furniture, 9799 Lackawanna Avenue, Scranton, where this weekend, East meets West.
Big juicy blueberries bursting as they bake. Keebler makes new elfin loaves just like Mom used to make. Only smaller.
The Keebler elves bake real fruits, nuts, and spices into snacking-size elfin loaf snap breads. Then wrap them. And rush them fresh to your grocer's freezer.
Blueberry, banana, carrot. Brings in for a snack or a bite.
New Keebler elfin loaves.
Just like Mom used to make. Only smaller.
We have some pictures to show you just into Newswatch 16. Monroe County firefighters are on the scene of a fire right now. It's at a house in the 500 block of Brown Street in Stroudsburg. And these pictures just sent back to us from Skycam 16 flying over that area of Stroudsburg. Flames hit just before noontime. Details are still sketchy, and there are no reports of injuries in the Stroudsburg fire. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on that as well throughout the day. Jay?
Good afternoon, Marissa, and hello again, everybody. A few changes in this week's Super 16 high school football rankings. Here's the readout for Week 2. Heading the list is Williamsport, followed by Whitehall, Wilkes-Barre, Myers, and Berwick, and then it's number 5. There they are, Williamsport, Whitehall, Myers, and Berwick. Number 5, Lakeland, Marion Catholic, Mahanoy area, and Montoursville. Then it's Stroudsburg, Montgomery, Penargil, Catasauqua comes in at 12th. 13th is Natticoke area, followed by Coughlin, Pottsville, and East Stroudsburg. Well, this Saturday, a big game at Beaver Stadium. It's Penn State hosting the Crimson Tide of Alabama. The Lions ranked at number 11 in this week's AP poll. Alabama is 19. Now, the game was originally set for October 24th, but at the request of television, CBS television, Lion coach Joe Paterno switched gears to accommodate a national TV audience. Paterno said the move wouldn't present any disadvantage to his national champions.
We were willing to move the Alabama game to the state, as I'm assuming that Bill Curry was also, because I didn't think it would give Alabama any advantage or give us any advantage necessarily. I felt that both teams were had lost a lot of key personnel. We had lost our quarterback. Alabama had lost their quarterback. We had lost a great linebacker in Conlon. They had lost a great one in Cornelius Bennett and what have you. So I didn't think that would be to our disadvantage to move the game up.
And Alabama coach Bill Curry agreed on the change of dates. He also admitted Penn State will be a monumental challenge.
They're just good all across the board. They look like a national championship program, And it's a really, really great thing for our team to get to go up there and play in that stadium on national TV. I think it's great for our program. I think it's great for this team right now. It'll be a great learning process, and we'll go up there with the objective of winning and knowing just how tough a challenge that's going to be.
Alabama head coach Bill Curry. While the 1987 NFL season may be the shortest on record, how about 2 games? Shortest because the NFL Players Association have tagged September 22nd as the target date for the players' strike if both the union and the NFL owners don't reach agreement on a new contract. Now, it'll be costly in more ways than one. ABC's Bill Greenwood has more.
Just the 1,600 players to be considered, or even the 840,000 weekly ticket holders. The NFL is an $850 million a year institution, and a strike after the second Monday night game would leave millions of television followers with no excuse to ignore their families.
We don't like taking the game away from the fan, but we have no choice.
But tell that to the NFL management.
I think it's time they stopped posturing and they got to the table and started bargaining.
The sticking points are free agents, players with expired contracts and their rights to negotiate with another club, the size of team rosters, pension and health benefits, and starting salaries. Players hope memories of their strike in '82 will produce a pigskin panic when owners meet tomorrow to review the deadlock. For there's no date for new negotiations, and the clock is running out. Bill Greenwood, ABC News, Washington.
And that's the Sports Watch this hour, Marissa.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jay. Still ahead on Newswatch 16 midday. Despite all the rain we had, the Luzerne County Fair is still on. We'll let you know what's on tap for the fair that begins tonight when we come back.
Athletes know that knee injuries can end careers. They also know that prompt treatment by a sports medicine specialist can return them to play. This is Mel Allen for the Knee Center, Northeast Pennsylvania sports facility for knee injuries. Professional, amateur, or weekend athletes with knee problems should consider the Knee Center. The Knee Center utilizes the latest techniques, including outpatient arthroscopic surgery. The Knee Center, just off I-81 below the Wyoming Valley Mall, Wilkes-Barre. When your knee hurts, call the Knee Center first.
Think IGA today.
Back-to-school savings at IGA are as easy as ABC. Like Tropicana Premium Orange Juice, 64-ounce container, $1.29. Or an 8-pack of Coronet bathroom tissue, $1.49. And save on Lucky Leaf applesauce, 50-ounce jar, 99 cents. Today's lesson, when you want quality and low, low prices.
Think IGA today, 'cause we're thinking of you.
Finally today, after all the rain we had, there are fair skies ahead and just in time for the Luzerne County Fair. Now we want to show you some live pictures from the fairgrounds right now, located right behind the medical center on Route 118 in Dallas. The fair people say everything will go on as scheduled despite all the heavy rain we received. The workers are putting down gravel and tons of sawdust so the fairgrounds won't be so muddy. The fair starts this afternoon, continues through Sunday with live entertainment every night. The Luzerne County Fair features arts and crafts and lots of good food. And from now through Friday, the fair's on till 11 at night, and Saturday and Sunday from 10 till midnight. Parking is $1 and admission is $2. Have a good time if you're heading out to the Luzerne County Fair anytime this week. And that's Newswatch 16 midday for this Wednesday. We hope to see you again tonight for Newswatch 16 at 5 and again at 6. For the midday team, I'm Marissa Burke. Thanks for joining us. Have a good afternoon, everyone.